community, and I thought we are just basically trying to figure out what is snitching.
I meant the criminal community.
Yeah, okay.
Little THE.
But the criminal community and the streets aren't the same thing either. Again, what is the streets? You know, we keep using these ambiguous terms that just mean something
criminal
wise.
Yeah, criminal. You just don't snitch on somebody that's doing crime.
You're a criminal if you get caught.
No, you're a criminal just because you're doing criminal activity.
It's not true. You're a convicted criminal if you get caught.
Yeah, you're a criminal just because you're doing criminal activity, whether you get caught or not.
I'm a criminal.
Okay, yes. Now we're splitting hairs though. We're not even talking about.
All right, so you got fresh say yes.
No, see the variation on the streets right there.
No. Hold on. Now we're just trying to argue, right? So again, yes, you're a criminal.
Reductio ad absurdum. I'm taking the argument, reducing it to its ridiculousness. That's a logical ploy to show that people's arguments are invalid by reductio ad absurdum. I'm not going to put that on the screen. I'm reducing the argument to the ridiculous to show that it's not logically you can't use it because it doesn't work across the board.
Well, then what Fresh said is correct. If you jaywalk, are you a criminal? Yes, you're not a convicted criminal, but you did commit a crime because you broke a law. So by definition, are you a criminal for jaywalking? Yes, you're a criminal, a misdemeanor, but it's still a crime. Now you didn't get caught. So you're not if I speed, am I a criminal? Yes, I'm speeding. Did I get caught? No, I didn't get caught. I'm not even guilty until I go to court and they say I'm guilty, right? Because I haven't done, I can murder somebody. Doesn't mean I murder someone. No, I haven't gotten caught and convicted.
Well, so you did murder that person.
Well, just
you're not convicted.
No, but I allegedly murdered the person.
Criminal is a legal term, everybody.
Correct. Crime, the intentional commission of an act unusually deemed socially harmful or dangerous, and specifically defined, prohibited, and punishable under criminal law.
Yeah.
So you don't.
This doesn't say convicted.
Go ahead, Freshly.
What I was saying is the first thing is specifically defined, prohibited, and punishable. That means it's a crime when you commit it.
The action, not the
action itself, because it's defined as a crime or when you commit.
No, we're not defining the word
crime. To do that.
Sorry. We're not defining the word crime. A criminal is a legal term that somebody's convicted of committing a crime. Criminal is somebody who's convicted. So my only point is not saying that I have a better definition than Maverick, because I don't, or a better definition than Freshly or Will or Derek. I'm just saying that you can't say street or crime or whatever it is, like not crime, street. Whatever the other term was, snitch, like it's some kind of universal definition amongst the streets.
But there is.
Streets is defined differently by different people, and so is snitch.
All right, the mode of argumentation of the form of our argument in which a proposition is disproven by the following implications logically to an absurd conclusion. Arguments that use universal such as always, never, everyone, nobody, etc., are prone to being reduced to absurd conclusion. Their fallacy is the argument that could be reduced to absurdity. So in essence, how do you pronounce that?
Reductio ad absurdum
is a technique to expose the fallacy.
But he didn't do that.
The Merriam-Webster definition of criminal is relating to, involving, or being a crime, relating to crime, or to the prosecution of suspects in a crime.
Yes.
Which means you don't need to be convicted. It's relating to crime or to the persecution of suspects in a crime.
Or it means adding on.
I'm going to maintain that it's a legal thing.
You can't say, hold on. The definition literally said one thing, and now you can't say I'm not going to split hairs.
Again, I just don't want to get into a definition battle online. I got dictionaries I can pull up too, but is that what we want to do for the rest of the show?
It's the same.
You're the one who introduced the definition.
Do you want me to go back and forth with Webster and Oxford and encyclopedias and etymologies right now? I don't mind doing it if Enos wants the show to be that.
But you literally just said you defined it as something.
I'm maintaining that the definition of criminal is you have to be convicted of a crime.
All right, cool. Let's go with that. Let's go with that to move forward. Okay, cool. You're right. It's being convicted of a crime. Cool.
I'm not agreeing to disagree. I don't mind moving forward, but I disagree.
I disagree too, but I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth about it because even in the conversation when you gave your analogy,
all right, hold on. Well, Maverick and Fresh, just express what y'all disagree. What's the disagreement?
When Vulcan gave his analogy or whatnot about jaywalking, the answer is still yes. So you didn't prove anything wrong by that analogy, actually. So, I mean, I get it.
But what are you disagreeing about? Let's make that clear for the audience. What
a criminal is someone.
Oh, definition. Okay, all right.
A criminal is someone who does a crime. Just
all right,
like,
hold on.
So go to an official law book if we're gonna do the dictionary, not somebody who doesn't specialize in that field. We're gonna put up a legal book. It's like if we're gonna talk about psychology, we can go to the psychological books.
All right, show of hands. Who want to show?
I don't think we should do all that, but
we shouldn't. I openly disagree with, but it doesn't make or break the conversation. We can solve a great conversation with different definitions of criminal.
All right, let me get some comments in here. Help the Bear says, "He without sin among you, let them cast the first stone at her." This quote is from the Bible, John 8:7. We all criminals. At Vulcan.
My fault. I won. I lost.
All right. So look.